Show up. Show up. Show up for your family. That's what we're talking about on this morning. Good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Manna, and I am so thankful and grateful for all of your prayers and concern. I am feeling so much better. I even sound better. How about that? I don't know about the looking better, but I am thankful and grateful for your prayers and everything. Back in the saddle for real, for real. And it's all about showing up. Showing up. I had to show up today. I did. Want to greet some folk, but then I want to get into the manna. We're into the second full week, if you will. It is January the 13th, as you know, and we are still, you already know. Let me just kind of walk through this real quick here. So you'll see that we are, there you go. There's the devotion. And today, of course, we're in the week of family. It goes from Wednesday to Wednesday. And you can get it. All you got to do is get the QR code and you can get this devotional. There we go. And it's all about solutions. You got a problem? We can point you to the right solution without a doubt. What's his name? You already know his name. But not just knowing his name, but knowing how to appropriate the solutions to whatever problem you may have. That's what it is. This month is prayer intensive. First Lady and I got the handle, and we are moving forward. We were out sick last week, but we are on the one. Can't wait to see you Wednesday. Cannot wait to see you Wednesday to teach you about prayer. And still in the Daniel fast. How's it coming? Put it in the chat area. How's the Daniel fast coming? I put some tips out there. I hope you're using them. And make sure that you make the word on Wednesday. The word on Wednesday. Yeah, let me kind of liquidate myself here. The word on Wednesday. Don't you dare forget the word on Wednesday, and all of those things as well. Life group and everything. Just trying to get my little commercials out and then get into the manna on this morning. How about that? Let me greet some folk and talk about solutions. How about that? Deacon Joe, how are you? Gerald, how are you? Lenora, how are you? Brother Nesbitt, how you doing on this morning? Ari, how are you on this morning? Get this raspy out of my voice. Come on now. Good morning, Sint. How are you? Minister Sint, how are you? Lydia, how are you? Brother Pope, how are you doing? How is St. Bethel doing? Yeah, how is St. Bethel doing there, Brother Pope? Been a minute since I've been there. Good morning, Vaughn. How are you? Miss you. Were you in church yesterday? I didn't hear you. Usually that's how I know you're present, when you encouraging the word to go forth. Good morning, Diane. How are you? Joel, how are you? Lena, how are you? Joel, are you watching still from Mississippi? I know you do manna, but do you watch on the services as well? Good morning, Brenda. How are you on this morning? Good morning, Elder Mobley. How are you? Ella, how are you on this morning? Olga, how are you on this morning? Live and in person. Good morning, Jacqueline. How are you? Laura, how are you? Ramona, how are you? Anna, how are you guys doing on this morning? Elder Jan, how are you? Verena, how are you all doing on this morning? Rapunzel, how is your brother-in-law? I don't know that I have his information. I just wanted to see how he's doing. I missed him on this past Sunday. Make sure you tell them that I asked about them. Jewel, how are you on this morning? Pastor Moody, how are you? How are you on this morning? Can you all shout out? One of our pastors here is down in Dublin doing a fantastic job down in Georgia. Outstanding job. And I've been meaning to find out. Saw you doing a eulogy. I did not know who that was. Love to know who that was. Certainly praying for you. Good morning, Bev. How are you on this morning? Pamela, how are you on this morning? Cynthia, how are you? Praying for you guys. Francine, how are you all on this morning? This morning, show up. Disregard the voice. I feel great. Show up. That's what we need to do, is show up, and in particular, show up for family. Last shout out, and that is I cannot miss Coach Dagny. I understand that conference was off the chain. Off the chain. You and Leisha Reeves, you all just really did it. So shout out to all that went down and all the people that were blessed in attendance of that. But this morning, how about showing up? How about showing up? Text to talk to take away 5 minutes or less. Let's jump right into it. It's all about the family. That we end this week of family on Wednesday. We start a whole nother subject. But suffice to say, we're still doing it on family. Show up. Genesis 18:19. For I have chosen him, Abraham, so that he will direct his children. So that he will direct his children and his household. The Hebrew word for direct is to bring guidance. Is to bring guidance, to give instructions, so that they may be able to accomplish all that they are supposed to accomplish. But Abraham, had to show up. This morning, I want to reach out to you and ask you, are you showing up for your family? 3 things. When you show up for your family, you shore them up. You shore them up. If there's any family, all families, but in particular, if there's any family that is really having gaps and really still recoiling from the trauma of enslavement of 400 years, even though we are a little more than 100 years away from that does not matter. Does not matter. We are still having trauma transfers. Don't ever forget that. And as a African-American family, we have to shore up the instability in our family. Show up by shoring up the instability in our family. What is the instability? Here's the second thing. We got to shape up by correcting what we see that is incorrect, that is wrong. I was watching a little clip on Instagram of a little fellow. It couldn't have been no more than 3 or 4 years old. Had his pants down, his diaper showing, had a little bottle, soda bottle, holding it like it was a 40. You know what I'm talking about. Talking smack with no shirt on. This fella was about this high. And the grown-ups was cheering him on. What is that? What are we doing? The instability has to be shored up by shaping up, by correcting these kinds of behaviors. All they were doing was setting him up. Here's the third thing, for failure. Setting him up for failure. What we have to do is set ourselves up for generational success. That's what we have to do as a family. And we have to, as African-American community and family. There is a reason why we still refer to older women as mothers and everybody that we can't connect to as cuz. It came from our roots of family that was totally disrupted during our enslavement. So we have to keep that in mind. So what's the takeaway this morning? The takeaway is this. Our families are in our hands. They're in our hands because we have to show up. The Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. If this bless you, bless somebody else. Don't keep it to yourself. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more Morning Manna. God bless you. Bye now.